So you're working on a car and you get a little bit impatient with a stuck bolt. You grab the hammer, start beating on your ratchet, and before the ratchet breaks, you find out that maybe you hit it a little bit too hard and broke that bolt. It's a sinking feeling when you realize that bolt is broken, but we're going to show you how to fix it in this video. If you haven't done it already, you're going to want to get a can of penetrating lubricant, like PB Blaster. This stuff does a really great job, and you need to spray it all over on both sides if you can of that bolt. Then it's time to bring out the big guns. The heat from this propane gun will help to do a couple different things. First, it's going to burn off all the extra grease that may be keeping the penetrating lubricant from getting into the bolt threads. And second, the heat will actually help the pieces expand at different rates to kind of loosen that bolt up a little bit. Since this is being done outside, you can't really see the flame of the torch. However, when you're doing it, you want to make sure that the tip of the flame of the torch is just barely touching the metal. That's the hottest part, and it'll really help to heat it up. You want to heat it for just about a minute or two to get it up to temperature. A little trick I like to do is to put a little bit of PB Blaster back on there even after I've already burnt it and warmed it up a bit. I think the heat actually helps to suck that PB Blaster into the joint, and then once you heat it up again, it just drives that PB Blaster back up in there and really helps to loosen things up. Once you heat it for a minute or so, you can grab a pair of vice grips and give it a shot to try and get that bolt out, or what's left of it anyway. You'll notice that I swapped one of my normal work gloves for a welding glove. Obviously, since we've been heating this thing for a couple minutes straight with a blowtorch, that piece of metal is pretty darn hot and you want to be careful not to burn yourself. And just like that, the little bolt stub that's left over in the hole starts to turn. It goes without saying that if the bolt head broke off a little bit deeper and you can't get a hold of it with pliers, this method's not going to work. When that happens, you'll need to drill out the bolt head and use an easy out, but the heating and PB Blaster method that we used in this video is still the same. And there it goes. Now all you've got to do is find a new replacement bolt that matches up to the right thread pitch and the right length with the right head and the right strength, and you're back in business.